Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello. To take more opportunity. Hello. Yeah. So looking forward to take opportunities in EWM. So that's why I joined this training. So hopefully it will be beneficial in next coming days.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Who is next? Simon.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Simant Jain, and I'm currently working as a SAP TM consultant, and I'm looking forward to learn EWM. As currently, it is in demand in the market, so I'm looking forward to learn it. Thank you.
Okay. Who will go next? Girish. Okay. We lost him, I believe. Okay. So let the other people come and join. Okay. So that is not the problem. Okay. So now why I have done this short introduction session because I want to understand that what is your goal, and everyone has their goal that they want to learn EWM and able to perform good in EWM, right? So because some of you might have means already have good experience in WM, but now why suddenly EWM? Okay, so before getting into that, there are normally frequently asked questions, okay, which I would like to answer those first before proceeding. Okay, so like that. In which version of EWM we are going to conduct this training. So we will be conducting the training in S/4HANA Embedded EWM 2022 version, okay, which is almost the latest one. Next question, that what will be the duration of this training? So duration of the training will be 50 hours, okay, 45 to 50 hours. Now on which days this training will be conducted? On the weekdays, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternate days, 7 to 8:30 morning. Okay. What you will get during this training session, whether you will get the server access or not, yes, you will get server access. Okay, for the training duration, 24/7 up and running, exclusive server access for you to do the hands-on. Because any training is not fruitful until and unless you do the hands-on. Okay, theory will not help you to crack the jobs in EWM. Okay, so you should be doing hands-on along with me in the training itself. Next, so you will be getting the server access, you will do the hands-on. What documents you will get? Okay, whether you will get recordings or not. So you will get recordings of everyday session, okay, which you can use it for your purpose. Then I have prepared the documents regarding each and every topics of EWM, which I will share with you guys. Okay. Apart from this, I will be sharing the EWM books. 3 books I will be sharing, but don't go through those books in the start. Initially, for the next 3 months or 2.5 months, you focus on what is being taught in the session, and only these PPTs are sufficient. Why I am telling this PPT are sufficient? Because these PPT say suppose I am showing one example of this, that how even though we will be working on embedded EWM, this integration is required for embedded EWM. Okay, so why that is required? Altogether, those stories we will talk about during our regular session, that even in the embedded system, because what is the common understanding of embedded system? The common understanding of embedded system is that this pictures, right? So what is this? Nothing but both your EWM and the HANA modules like MM, SD, PP, QM, all the core modules, both will be working or are there on the same box. And when we are talking about the decentralized EWM, then in that case, your EWM will be all together on a separate box. So EWM on all together separate box, and the core modules in separate box. Okay, so this is difference between embedded and decentralized EWM. Then when we are saying that EWM and S/4HANA modules are in the same box, then why this integration is required? Okay, so this integration is required. We will talk about those things in the detail. But coming back to the PPTs, right, that what kind of detail information it has. Okay, I don't know, it is taking time. So this PPT is the crux of the EWM books. Okay, so it has all relevant information which is required for for any person to start their EWM journey. Okay, this whole PPT has all those theoretical extracts which is required for your knowledge, and on top of that, the step-by-step screenshots are also there for your reference, so that you can leverage this document to do the integration in your project. Okay, so by the time this will open, I don't think that why this is not responding, but once it will be back, then I will show you that how much detailed information it has. Next is, some of you might have aspiration for going for EWM certification, right? But just mark my word that certification is not mandatory thing. But if you have aspiration, then I will help you in that regard also. How I can help you? I will not guarantee that the questions I will be sharing, those will be coming in your certification exam, or I will not claim that this is a exact certification term. Okay, although the questions will be matching, but I don't claim that. The reason behind that is I want you to have your basics clear. So while discussions or while any topic discussions, what I will be doing, I will be highlighting that this was the certification question, and believe me, that was the only certification question. SAP has not changed its questions in the certification exam. They are still giving the same question what was there earlier. Okay, I believe that this is not working, not responding. I need to close it, and then I will reopen it so that I can share you. Okay, now the main goal is for everyone to learn as much as we can in EWM. Now, how that will be possible? So one thing that I'm not like other trainers that who will be showing you all the happy paths and you will be simply going through those. Okay, because happy path is not going to help you. What is happy path means? I know the system. Okay, and I know what all things needs to be configured, and I will configure those things, and I will happily show you that how the transactions can be executed without any errors, without any bottlenecks, okay, or any impediments. But that will not go to help you in your long run. The reason behind that is why that will not going to help you, because EWM is still new, it is still evolving. Okay, and once you start doing with your own hands, you will observe that there will be a lot of issues which you will get. Or in real-time projects also, there will be many issues will be coming up. And unlike other modules like MM or SD or PP, for EWM issues, you will not get solution immediately by Googling it, or you will not get help. Okay. So now the goal is that I will during the training, I will purposefully simulate those errors. Okay. And will show you that what all steps needs to be done for the analysis and what all measures needs to be taken to fix those issues. So in that way, you will learn the real-time scenarios, okay, or real-time issues, which you will definitely encounter okay, in your project, whether in support project or rollout project or anything, right? So what will be our approach? How I can cover implementation project and support project both? So implementation project means any greenfield implementation project, how it works? We will start everything from the scratch, right? By creating the plans, by creating the company codes and everything from the scratch, right? So here also in the training, except country code, we will create everything from the scratch, whether it is a plant, whether it is storage location, whether it is a sales organization, everything we will be creating from the scratch, okay? And definitely all the EWM configurations, right? So we will take the greenfield implementation approach where everything will be created from the scratch. Now, once the system is set up or in place, then definitely we will execute some transaction, right? And while executing the transaction, we will get some errors, okay? Or I will purposefully simulate those errors, that what kind of mistakes normally users can do, okay? And what kind of help they seek, okay, during any support project. So, and then third project is rollout project, right? So for our training purpose, we will create one warehouse as a template warehouse. And because you all will be having the system access, okay, so what you will do, you will copy the template warehouse and you will create your own warehouse. So that is nothing but rollout project. Okay, so all the three aspects of project we will be covering. Any questions till now? No? I don't know why this is not responding at all. Okay, let me show you some other thing. Anyone? Like I will open up this wave management, okay, PPT, and we can see that how the things are there in place in the PPT, okay. Yeah, some question was there, I believe. So see, this is a topic regarding wave management. So what are the prerequisites and how it will work, everything. The theoretical part is there, okay, with the explanation in detail. And then definitely the screenshots, okay. Like these are the screenshots, okay. So how we can do the from here, okay, how the wave can be activated and all those things. Real screenshots, okay, are there for your purpose. And even to validate that, yeah, Simant, I am coming to you. So even to validate, the steps are also written, okay, that how you can do that. So all the screenshot, the condition table, access sequence, everything. So in detail, everything will be there, okay, so that you can use it for your company purpose, okay, or your project purpose. So like this, the detailed view will be there, okay. Let me see that if I can open this or not, because this will also, this is the very big one, okay. It has all the things included, okay. So theory and then definitely the all those stuffs, okay. The steps, okay, one by one, and the screenshots, okay. So this can be leveraged. Also, I will be giving you details like BC sets, okay. So this is the unique thing which you will be getting in any project nowadays, okay. Those days are gone, old days where we are focusing on creating the business blueprint document for almost 6 months, okay. And the outcome of those 6 months is only the document, BPD document. That does not ensure that the project will be successful. So nowadays, what happens that from the day one, we have to prepare the system and we have to use the best practices configuration delivered by SAP to execute the scenarios in front of client to show them that how SAP behaves or how SAP executes the receiving process or goods issue process. Then they will see the product and then they can give us the requirement that, okay, I'm happy with this, but I want these some additional requirements also on top of the SAP standard process. Okay, so how those can, so how you can build the system, right? How you can build the system so quickly. So you can build any system, okay, within, I can say 24 hours by activating the BC sets. Okay. So those kind of information also will be shared with you. Okay. Now, who will be activating this BC sets and how those story we will talk in our detailed deep dive sessions. Okay. So yeah, coming back to see all the settings are there, which you can leverage. And here, it is not only for the embedded one, it is available for the decentralized also. Now, some of you might get confused that what is the difference between embedded and decentralized. No difference is there. All the transactions will be executed in the same manner. Only difference is how the master data will be distributed. Now, the embedded system advantage is that it can read the master data of core modules and EWM can leverage the same master data. No need to do the redundant effort and it can execute the process. But here, the master data needs to be distributed to EWM. Okay, so that is only difference. And one different step regarding the integration part, only one step, which I will be showing in the session itself. Okay, so this is only the difference between, so we do not need to panic that if I will go through the embedded one, can I work in the decentralized project? Yes, you can easily without any issue. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Simant, now you can ask your question.
Yeah, Sanjeev. So basically, my question is that suppose if there is a, I mean, uh, one single warehouse go live plan is there, and so how much will be the timeline for a go live? I mean, if I say that suppose someone is planning for a go live of one warehouse, then how much time will usually take
Okay,
for a
so
EWM implementation?
this is not a pretty straightforward question. We do not have
Yeah.
any specific timeline that we can follow. But yes,
Okay.
answer is based on the complexity of the warehouse. Okay.
Okay.
And also another answer will be if they do not have more custom requirements, so that can
Yes.
also be easily deployed. So we are having 2-3 approach. So one is normally the best practice approach. Okay, only whatever the SAP has delivered. On top of that, with with very little tweaks like forms and those development, and we can leverage the SAP process. Then in that case, 6 months is
Yeah.
sufficient. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Fluid to standard solution, I say.
yeah, but
Okay.
if we have some RISE-F objects and the enhancements, okay, and some tweaks in the process, integration with their third-party systems, okay,
Yes.
then
Yes.
definitely it will take more time. So, but yes, for activating or bringing one warehouse up and running on EWM, it should not exceed more than 1 year. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And along with that, I mean, you will also be covering the TM-EWM integration part or integration with some other module, like TM-EWM mostly come together in many cases. I mean,
So
so,
TM EWM integration is not covered here, but yes,
okay.
what we are covering, so that part I will show you because here, if you'll scroll down, So I'm covering shipping and receiving. Okay, so transportation unit is there. So here what
Okay,
I will
yeah,
show you, here I will show you the capability of EWM where the TM, the TU can be created from the EWM itself. So the
yeah,
only
ASR and all.
yeah, so
Advanced shipping and receiving notification and all that, right?
yes, so here in EWM we will be creating the transportation unit and we will be executing the transaction. Only
Okay,
difference is that here we are not we are not covering the TM EWM integration because altogether that will take much of time, right? Because we have to bring the
okay.
TM system up. So,
Yeah,
but you know that once
yeah,
any planning is done from the TM, it will
yeah,
create the transportation unit in EWM, right? So
yeah.
from the transportation unit, whatever the process is executed in EWM, all those processes will be covered. Only the
Okay,
TM part will not be covered. Okay, make
okay,
sense?
okay. Yeah, fine. Thank you.
So here we will be covering, if there is no more question, then I will get into the agenda, okay, or the course content that what we are going to cover. And at the end, we will see in the system also one process, okay. Very means normal receiving process, we will see in the system that how EWM works. Okay, so what we will cover, so we will start from the very basic. Now, okay, also I forgot that some of you might have that query that do we have any prerequisite that I want to have the knowledge of, okay, I can see someone has raised hand. Okay, Seemant only already has asked question, right? So normally people ask that whether there is any prerequisite to learn EWM, there is no prerequisite. Okay. You do not have to know the MM module or SD module. Okay. If you know, that will be beneficial for you, definitely. But that is not, we do not have any prerequisite for that. Okay. Reason behind that is EWM in itself is a complex module, wholesale module. And in any project, you will see the huge number of consultant working in EWM projects, not like other modules. Like if we are working on MM project, one or two consultant will be responsible for whole deployment and everything. But here in EWM, you will get more resource because not many resource are knowing the EWM in detail. So they need more helping hands to work. Okay. So in that case, we will be starting. So this course is designed for any fresh college pass out guy also. If he do not have any SAP knowledge, he can also grasp it. Okay, whatever we are sharing or teaching or discussing in the session. So we will start from the very basic, that what is EWM and what is S/4HANA EWM versus embedded EWM versus decentralized EWM. What simplification is incorporated in S/4HANA, what are different deployment option of EWM. Okay, so all these we will cover. Then integration with the S4 core modules and EWM. So here we will be covering MM integration and SD integration, right? So that we will be covering because for the logistics module, we work with the delivery document. So EWM is the slave system, and or we can say EWM is the system which normally executes the transaction, but the planning for receiving and sending goods out of the warehouse happens in the core module. So that's the reason we will see the integration. Okay. So the main document which this delivery document is normally called as warehouse request document in EWM, because based on this, we will be receiving or sending goods out of the warehouse. Then we will cover the the basic things. Okay, we will discuss. Then we will start building the baseline. Okay, where we will cover the core org elements. As for core org element, EWM org elements. Then business partner. So this is new for the ECC guys, okay, but not for S/4HANA, or not for, I will say, EWM guys, because when EWM was not on S/4HANA at that point of time also, we were aware of what is business partner. So what this business partner is, it is nothing but your vendors and customers, okay, or carriers, any person with whom organization is doing some kind of business, okay, that is now created as a business partner. So that we will cover, that what is the difference between that, okay. As for core master data, some master data is required, EWM master data. Yeah, Kiran, ask your question.
Do we not have integration with PP and QM as well from EWM?
Yeah, that is there, but it is not covered in this course, okay, because that is advanced topic and that is not covered here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, next is handling unit management, how it will be managed, because in EWM, unlike WM, there is no SU managed. Here, either handling unit managed or non-handling unit managed, right? So we will focus on that, what all things needs to be there in place to, right? So now that is being replaced by packaging specification, packing material type. So all these will be used to generate the handling unit management, handling unit. So we will see that how it can be implemented. Warehouse document. So we'll talk about inbound delivery document, outbound delivery document. As I told that these two documents are required to receive or send goods out of the warehouse. Then in EWM, any activity, okay, whether you are receiving or unloading or counting or storing the product in the destination bin, or you are picking, you are packing, all those things are treated as a activity. Okay. And for those, if you want to carry out those activities, you need a document which is called warehouse task. Okay. So now this was in WM, it was transfer request and transfer order. Now that is being changed by warehouse task and warehouse order. So warehouse order is nothing but group of warehouse task, right? So if you will plan to buy grocery items for your household, so what you do, you prepare a list, right? And then you go to the supermarket and from there you pick all the items in one go, right? So if you are picking one salt packet, that is one activity, right? If you are picking oil, that is another activity. So that's the reason. So warehouse order is a group of warehouse tasks which can be executed. Okay. Warehouse process type. This is heart and soul of EWM. Warehouse process type. You can correlate it as your movement types of ECC. Why I'm being so technical? Because from the introduction session, I got to know that everyone has good SAP experience. So in that way, I'm correlating in that manner. Okay. So warehouse process type is nothing but replacement of your movement types of S4 core modules. Okay. So wherever ECC is there, that we will call as S4 core, otherwise EWM. So this, what it does, it decides that what kind of process we are going to use for receiving. Now, if I will go to one of the, this is not, let me open. So the receiving process can be executed in the warehouse in many ways. Okay. So this warehouse process type decides that how those receiving process will execute. Now let me show you. Okay. So in all these manners, okay, the receiving process can happen. Okay, let it come. I don't know why my system is slowed down today. So receiving can happen in multiple ways, not in a single way we can do the receiving. So the success story behind the EWM success is that EWM is process oriented module. So what do we mean by that? Process oriented. Process oriented in the sense that whatever the physical process you are executing in the warehouse, everything can be mapped systematically also. Okay. So I don't know why This is not coming. Not today, good day. Let me stop share. Okay. And hope that will work, and then I will come back. This program. So I was saying that receiving process and goods issue process can be executed in a multiple ways. Okay. So, and that will be decided by the warehouse process type. Okay. So warehouse process type is the important thing based on which all those things can be decided. So visualization will give you better idea. Hence, I thought that I can show you, but let us see. Okay. By the time it will come, then let us discuss the other thing. I'll come back. Okay. So warehouse process type, after that, we will be discussing the goods receipt process. Okay. Normal goods receipt. So direct goods receipt process, we will discuss. Then availability group. So this is the new concept altogether in EWM. So what is this? In a layman's language, if I will say, you can easily connect that storage location, right? For a plant, you normally create multiple storage location. So one storage location represents one availability group in EWM. On top of that, availability group is used to map the stock types of EWM with ECC stock types. Okay. So that is the purpose. So we will see in detail in our deep dive session. Then the damage, what happens? That is not rocket science. In its language, whenever you bring, say, suppose salt packet, right? Again, I will take that example that you brought salt packet. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? You will not keep the salt packet as it is, right? So what you will do, you will cut that packet and you will put it in some container, right? So that process is called unpacking, and repacking process is called as deconsolidation. So whenever we receive anything in the warehouse, we receive a very big pallet. On top of that, multiple carton boxes are packed together. Okay. So for that purpose, this deconsolidation is required. Before EWM, we were doing that physically, but not systematically. So there was an opportunity of losing the stock. Okay. Now, because system will propose that where you should store what. In your home, you know that this container is for placing the salt, this container is for placing sugar, right? So you know that because the kitchen is very small and you know that this particular container is fixed for this product. But in case of warehouse, we need system again to propose that where to store what. And that can happen with the help of rules and strategies. Okay. Rules and strategies. So there are different rules and strategies, okay, proposed by the system to how that product will be placed in the bin. So we'll cover all those things. Then we will go for the outbound process because any business will happen only in the way if they are sending the goods out to the customers and earning money from them, right? So in any project, the outbound process is too complex because until and unless you will not deliver the right product to the right customer with right quality, then what will happen? Again, the return logistics will happen, right? They will raise the request for returns, and again, you need to send your delivery boy to do the pickup. So again, that is an additional cost. So every business has their goal that it should be sent to the customer at the right time. okay, and right quality of the product. So hence the outbound process is complex in every project. So you'll see that how goods issue can happen, reversal, rejection, quantity change, different strategies of stock removal, wave management. Again, this is a new concept in EWM. So wave management, it used to prioritize the outbound process, that when which product should be delivered to which customer. Okay. So based on the delivery dates only, the pre-steps for the outbound process will be done, like picking, packing, and everything. Okay. Then we will cover the storage control technique. This is the unique USP of EWM, based on which the EWM is now very successful. What is that? Storage control technique, process-oriented storage control. And once we are receiving anything, okay, this truck is docked to the door. So see, this box is unloaded and it is going through the quality inspection. Okay. And then once the quality inspection is done, then this is going to the deconsolidation station, where we are unpacking this box and creating new 2 boxes, and then we are placing it in the bin. But this box is unloaded and it does not go through quality inspection. It directly goes through the deconsolidation workstation, where you can unpack and then store it. But this box, once it is unloaded, it is neither going through the quality inspection nor through the deconsolidation. It is directly going to the storage area where we can store the product. So how it will be decided? Okay, because we have 3 different kind of receiving process here based on this slide. So that will be controlled by warehouse process type. We will be having different warehouse process type for different process, and on top of that warehouse process type, we have process oriented storage control, which we will be doing here. Process oriented storage control, where we will build the sequence of steps. See, for receiving, this is the sequence of steps: unloading and put away. Another one we will design for the outbound can be done in very simple manner. You pick the product, do the goods issue. You pick it, pack it, goods issue. You pick, pack, stage, then do goods issue. You pick, pack, stage, load, and then goods issue. So all these things we will see using process oriented storage control. Then layout oriented storage control. What is this? So in a layman's language, this sequence of process steps will be designed based on the layout of the warehouse, which means that, say, suppose you pick some product and you want to take it to the packing workstation to pack it, right? So after picking, it needs to, or let us take example of put away. Okay, you have received the goods, okay, on the ground floor, but your storage facility is on first floor. So what will happen? In that case, you need to travel to first floor through either through lift or elevators. Okay. So that lift or elevator, right, will be mapped in the system using layout oriented storage control. Okay. In the beginning, I told that for any activity, okay, what can be different activities? Any activities, right? Like here, see the picking is the activity, packing is the activity, staging is the activity, loading is the activity. So for all these activities, we need a warehouse task, right? So then I told that warehouse order is a group of warehouse tasks, right? So how that grouping will happen? That will happen based on certain rules. So we will cover that, okay? In EWM, we have 2 different kinds of tasks. Okay, so tasks can be also or can be categorized into 2 different categories. One is product task and another one is handling unit task. So we'll discuss in detail that what is difference between product task and handling unit task. In a simple language, we can say that if you want to move the product, we need to create a product task. If you want to move the handling unit can be box, cartons, crates, totes. These are called as handling units. Okay, you must have seen the crates, right, in your milk booth, or the totes. Okay, small plastic boxes, right? If you go to the supermarket, there also you see even the trolley or the hand basket, everything is treated as handling unit. So if you're moving those, okay, then instead of product task, you will create handling unit task. The reason behind that is in one handling unit, let us say that you plan to buy clothes, okay, from lifestyle, okay, lifestyle store. So what you do, they give you a bag, right, in which you pick the products. You can go to the men's section, you can go to the ladies section, you can go to the kids section, you pick all the products, put it in the bag, right? So moving that bag is easy, right? Without that bag, if you need to move all the products, say suppose you plan to buy clothes for all your family, then everyone will carry that their clothes in their hand. So that is a tedious task. So in the warehouse also, because we pick multiple products, okay, or in the supermarket, you go with the trolley, you pick multiple product and you move that trolley to the billing table, right? So that is the easiest thing. So for that reason, we create the handling unit task. Then we will cover a different concept of post, the internal movement. Okay, so in internal movement, we cover this posting change, stock transfer, and replenishment. Okay, so these are processes. On top of that, we will cover the scrapping also, as well as sometimes we need to do the ad hoc movements. So from one place to another place, how we can move the product on the ad hoc need. Okay, posting change, what is the purpose of this posting change? You must be doing in your module, okay, like you changing the stock attribute or batch to batch transfer, those things, right? So if any product is consumable product and it get expired, so shelf life is expired, right? So that product needs to be blocked. So how it can be blocked? With the help of posting change, right? We need to execute this frequently, otherwise we will end up delivering again. That is a problem for any supply chain, right? Stock transfer, replenishment. What is this replenishment process? In layman's language, refilling of the product, okay, if the product goes below certain threshold limit. So like when you decide to buy that, it's now time to buy sugar. So when you see that sugar in container is very less, right, at certain quantity, so then you will say that now it's time to purchase sugar packet. So in the same way, in warehouse also, this scenario is required, okay, like someone was asking for the manufacturing process, right? So manufacturing process, since the process is keep on running, so like car, right? So the Hyundai is manufacturing, keep on manufacturing Creta, right? So for that, definitely they need some raw materials and all those things, right? Or semi-finished good to produce the final finished good, right? So because the space near their production area is not much, so they keep on refilling the product based on the demand. Okay, so say suppose they have planned to manufacture 10,000 car this month. So on the day one, they cannot keep all the raw materials for the 10,000 car, right? So what happened? They on daily basis, they are planning to build, say suppose 300 cars, right? So in that case, only they require raw materials for 300 cars. And on top of that, for all the 300 cars, the raw material cannot be placed at one place, okay, or in one go. So they keep on refilling based on the demand, okay. So that process is called replenishment. In warehouse also, this replenishment process works. Scrapping is a simple process. If anything is scrapped or expired, that need to be disposed, okay. Or if in the quality inspection you found that this product is of not good quality, then that needs to be scrapped, disposed. Okay, so we will cover that part also. Physical inventory process, definitely this is required to make the system stock and physical stock in sync. There are different optimization process which is not available in WM at all. Slotting, rearrangement, cross docking. So slotting, what is that? Slotting is nothing but what I can say that it is a condition based updation of product master data, okay, which influence the storage or picking of goods. Rearrangement, we used to rearrange the space inside the warehouse. Cross-docking, cross-docking means dock means door. So if you are receiving on door 1, you are sending it out of door 2. That process is called as cross-docking. Because normal process is what? If you'll receive something, you need to place it in some bin, and then only from those designated bins you need to pick the goods. That is the normal process. But cross-docking, it avoids those all storage requirements and those needs. Okay, so we will see this one also. Post-processing framework, this is also too much important. Now you can correlate it as your output types of ECC, but it is far more superior than output types, because it does not only, the PPF is not responsible for only printing of the documents, it is responsible for automation also, lot of automations. So we'll see that. One example is that how we can create the put away task. Put away task is used in receiving process. Okay, when that is created, so what do you mean by put away? When we are moving the product from here to the final bin, that process is called put away. We are storing the product. Okay, so put away. Definitely the warehouse workers on the warehouse floor, they will work with the RF handle device. They will not execute the transactions on the desktop or laptop. Okay, so we will see that the resource management, because there are at any point of time multiple activities need to be performed and there are limited resource to execute all those activities. So how the task allocation will be happening to this resource, those things also will cover. And also the RF, the handle device, right? How the configuration can be done so that I can have exclusive my menu only, because I am doing only inbound receiving. So I'm not concerned about that how outbound process works. So in that case, I need to have my own menu. Okay. Or because the SAP standard navigation is too much complex, so business wants a simplified way of receiving process. Okay, with very little scan. So those part we will cover. Shipping and receiving process. So staging area and door determination. A warehouse will be having limited number of doors. So how the door can be optimally utilized, for that purpose we will use this staging area and door determination. Transportation unit, this is nothing but the trucks, right? Or the containers which we normally receive in the warehouse. So that part also will cover. Yard management. So yard is a space outside the warehouse. So this truck movement and weighing of trucks and everything happens in this yard. So we'll see that how that will happen. Okay. Nowadays, this for transportation unit, SAP has wholesale module of its own, SAP TM, and for yard management, yard logistics. But that is too much comprehensive until and unless majority of your client do not need SAP TM and yard logistics module. They can, or whatever the activities they performed with their transportation process, this transportation unit and yard management is sufficient. Because the reason behind that is, say suppose I am manufacturing Coke, right? I'm Coke. So means I'm taking example of Coke. Okay, so Coke does not plan that how the logistics will happen, meaning it can plan, okay, but just I'm randomly saying, okay, don't go by my words. But Coke does not do the planning. It takes the services of other logistics provider like DHL or Linfox. Okay, so when we are not responsible for planning our transportation activities or yard activities, then we should not be implementing SAP TM or SAP yard logistics. Whatever the transportation unit capability available in EWM or yard management capability available in EWM is sufficient for those. Okay. Then we will see the because every time we cannot execute the process in a happy manner. there can be some scenario where the exceptions will be there. So how that exceptions can be handled, so that part also we will be covering. So all these things we are going to cover in our 50-hour journey of EWM. Any questions from anyone? Yeah, Kiran, do you have any question?
What are these value-added services? I mean, I'm just
Okay, so value-added services, yeah, value-added services is nothing but adding value to the product. So let us take example of during the festive season, right? We see that they create the gift packet of dairy milk chocolates, right? So because you can get the dairy milk chocolates in loose piece also, and we have created that nice packet, right? So we are adding some value to the product. Okay, so that is called value-added services activity. Okay, that we will see. Means that is not part of this course content, but yeah, definitely we will see discuss during some discussion that what is that value-added services. So you will get that clarity. I believe in this slide we have. So here it is there. Okay. So we'll talk about these functionalities or features of EWM in detail going forward. So now, as we are at the end of the session, so let me run a quick scenario for you guys. Okay. So this is the way you will be getting your logon. Okay, and you do not have to have the GUI on your desktop. You will get the GUI on the fly. So in this way you will get, okay, and you need to click on this. And we'll go to this HANA 2022. Okay. So what process we will see? We will see the simple receiving, how we can receive the product in the system. So why it is embedded? Because you can see here in the logistics, you can see that all the modules are there. Sales, distribution, logistics, execution, EWM, transportation, management, production, all the modules are there in one box. Okay, so this is called embedded system. So for creating the inbound delivery, first we need to use the old transaction VL31N. Okay, and definitely we need to have the purchase order. So I am just finding the purchase order for reference. Okay, I am taking my purchase order. So adopt selected. So here, okay, so if you'll see, so you see here the plant and storage location, right? This is the storage location, this is plant, this is linked to this warehouse. Okay, this is nothing but this is intermediate warehouse which is created in ECC. Now this link to the EWM warehouse. Okay, so once I will say save, so I will get this information that this delivery was saved and distributed to WMS, right? So this delivery number, now we will go and find in EWM. So because that connection is there, so to see the inbound delivery in EWM, this is the transaction code PRDI. In EWM, all the transaction code should be prefixed by SCWM. Okay. And so now let me open it. So this is the screen of the inbound delivery. Okay. Here you can search the inbound delivery based on number of ways. Okay, either by purchase order, either by advance shipping notification, either by logistics execution delivery, manufacturing order, and inbound delivery. All the ways you can find your inbound delivery. So we have this number I am trying to find. Okay, so the very first thing what I will do, so see here, the warehouse process type is very important. Okay, so at the item level, this warehouse process type gets determined. See here. Okay, so this will control or decide that what kind of movement will happen. So now I am doing goods receipt. So see here, the status get completed. Now I will be doing put away. So for that, put away is a activity, right? Goods receipt is also activity. In the background, it has created task, okay, for the goods receipt. But now we will see, or we need to create the task for the put away. Okay, so I am creating the task. So it has created warehouse order. So by default, for each task, one warehouse order will be created in the system. So I will confirm that. So now see here what system is saying. System is moving the product from GR zone to this final bin. How it is getting determined? It gets determined based on the put away rule. Okay, so system automatically determines or decides that where it should be placed. So I will say confirm plus save. So now it is completed. So if we'll go back, you can see that put away is completed. Okay, now how you can see the stock, or what is the USP of EWM? USP of EWM is this monitor tool. They have given a cockpit or tool in the EWM with which your reporting requirements is taken care. Okay, so on top of the reporting requirements, this tool can be used for executing the transactions also. Okay, so at this point of time, I will show you that how we can see the physical stock. I will execute, and I can see that all the stocks are available here. Okay, so today we have just received in some this bin, this one, 3 quantity we have received. Okay. From this screen also, you can find the inbound delivery. Instead of PRDI, you can click on this inbound delivery. You give the inbound delivery number. You can find the inbound delivery here also. Okay. From here, you can see the task. So see, this was the put away task. Okay. So everything can be done from here also. So this is the icon with which you can do see. You can do goods receipt. You can post the goods receipt also, reverse goods receipt also. Okay. And from here, you can confirm the task, execute the task. Okay. Sign WT, split the task, simulate. You can do from the this monitor transaction also. No need to go for seeing inbound delivery one transaction, for seeing outbound delivery another transaction. So this is the USP of EWM, that you have this tool with which you can see the reports also, and you can execute the transaction also on the same screen. Okay, so this is all from my side. If you have any further question, then you can ask. Otherwise, we will be closing the session for today.
Oh, one question. Do we need to do the goods receipt before the put away process, or after the put away process also we can confirm the goods receipt?
Yeah, so that can also be possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
2-step can be done, or 1-step also can be done. Okay, no question from Kiran, sorry, Girish and Simant. Raj. Okay, so thank you guys. Okay, happy weekend. We will just decide on joining the course. We will be starting course from 17th. If we'll decide, then we will start our EWM journey. Thank you all. Happy weekend.
Thank you. Happy
Thank
weekend to
you.
you too.
Thank you.